So I'm continuing my adventure in the end of Heljan. This is the North British 10800 diesel prototype in 00 scale. Once again, I'm completely surprised that a manufacturer would produce a ready-to-run model of such a niche item. But it's good looking, and it did lead to things like the Class 20s and some of the early experimentation in diesel-electric power. So I suppose it's a significant machine. It did run for around 10 years on British Rail and was seen in London Midland, Southern and Eastern Region service as they trialled it. So, and I think Heljan have a history of making one-off prototypes work for them, so what can I say? It is actually a very good looking machine. It's quite American in its outline. I like the silver bogies on this particular version, that just stood out. And there's some nice detail features. Fan grille there. There are lifting eyes on the top which seem to be very scale. I think the major complaint against the model originally was the retail price, which was £254, which was extraordinary for an analogue model. Probably reflected the niche nature of the model. And I think it's the reason why this model got particularly harsh criticism in reviews. And I've been through the reviews, I've done a little checklist of things to look out for on the model. This is the last one. They're largely sold out now. I just wanted this to see this out of interest. First off the bat, it is a great looking thing. It's also got a fantastic mechanism, so centrally mounted motor, twin flywheel, driving all axles. There is actually a cab light in there, if I can get down. You can see it at certain angles. Okay, so I've thoroughly quality checked this model. The buffers are all sprung. They do slant up a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. I think that is just how it's been constructed. I risk doing too much damage trying to fix that, so I'm going to leave that very much alone. One of the reviewers had some paint marks sort of here and here on both sides of the model, and through a bit of manufacturing archaeology, I think I understand why that happened. So I think the model was painted whilst on a handling frame, which was also the moulding frame, and there were attachment points here and here. When they cut them off, they then slapped a bit of paint on to cover the grey plastic, and grey plastic is used because it's a fantastic base for any colour you put on top. I think these were done in green as well. So it left little witness marks because they were a bit sloppy about applying it. I have removed those marks from this model. I've also tidied up the window framing. The edges of the window sort of transmitted the whiteness of the glue. I have gone in and neatened that up, so I think the cab window framing is significantly improved. Come around on the other side. You can see the front window there and the side windows as well. So the windows actually look like windows rather than plastic inserts. On this model, the grille was properly attached, so I didn't need to do anything about that. They have fitted the 3-link couplings, which I think was a nice touch, but the criticism was that it would get in the way of the tension lock couplings. What I've done on the rear one is glue this one up so it's out of the way, so that there's room for the tension lock coupling to operate beneath it. So I think that was probably the major criticisms of the model summed up, and I've addressed each one in turn. So just by applying a little quality control, which at the end of the day is what people expect from these models. And I think the great news is that it's around half the original price, so even with the work that I've done, I've managed to keep it down at a price that's much more sensible.